We're back on the Morning Brew. Thanks for watching us today. I'm Larry Aarons. Aaron is out today. I'd like to introduce to you a young businesswoman who's doing some fun and interesting things with her business here in Albuquerque. Nicole Hebert is owner of a business called House Nanny. Great name, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I like it. And we're going to find out about your business and a meetup group that you have started called Working Women of Central New Mexico.
Yes.
Well, let's go business first, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Let's go there first. How long you been at this now?
Well, I started about 2 years ago. I was an official business in 2012. I lived in Grants, New Mexico, and I started it there, and I started doing just standard housekeeping, cleaning people's homes on a regular basis, and then I wanted to expand just to kind of give more service, provide a larger expansion of service, and so I ended up doing organizing and kind of coincided with the housekeeping, and then I also do house sitting along with pet care services as well. So
one thing kind of led to another, didn't it?
Yeah, it just kind of developed as I went along, and it just became this, I don't know, just this broad spectrum of dealing and taking care of homes, and so I'm the house nanny instead. So it kind of worked out that way. Did
it go? You're providing this service, and then somebody said, "Hey, can you do this too?"
It just kind of, because I started small and then just kind of worked my way up and just kind of wanted to find and provide that need, because I realized that housekeeping, there's a lot more involved than just keeping it clean. You can't just focus on cleaning. You have to kind of see it as the bigger
What did you do before this?
Well, I was actually a nanny. I was in child care development for a while. I have a degree in early childhood, and so that's kind of where I got my name initially.
I like that.
And so I just, I've always had a passion for entrepreneurship and just kind of, I know, running my own train in a sense, and so it just kind of developed into this business plan, and I just went for it. So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Now, you obviously don't do all this work yourself. How many employees do you have?
Well,
contractors?
Well, I had I contracted several people when I lived in Grants, and I relocated to Albuquerque this past June. And so right now I'm kind of doing it solo.
You are?
Yeah, but I think I've gotten it under control for the most part, but I think eventually I'm going to expand and eventually be hiring people.
I'm going to give you a chance to talk about the meetup group, but I want to. You brought some examples of your work.
Oh, for sure.
And I want to do this. And there's some great before and after here that she's brought. Now, these are organizing projects that you did. Is that right?
Yeah. The one that's on the screen now is a garage. I do all parts of the home. And as you can tell, it was been a little neglected there for a while.
I think there's a family living in there.
Right. It's a bed in the corner.
All right.
No,
so now this is what you did after straightening it up.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at there.
When you're dealing with spaces like this, it's very extensive and very detailed, and so you basically have to take this space, and what I do is I almost want to picture it as a skeleton. Like the before picture was a prime example of it, just being discombobulated and out of control. And then you just kind of have to see the space as an empty space and see how you're going to piece it back together. And that's kind of how I go towards organizing and sorting through things. So
let's look at another one. This is, I think, a desk, right?
Yeah, this is a home office. This was a very large project I did back in November, and there was a lot going on in this space simply because this was actually just part of the office. On the other side of the office was another seated area and just bookshelves and stuff, and so
looks like this business has a lot of paperwork.
Lots of paperwork, a lot of shuffling paper for sure, and office supplies and you name it. So.
Okay. Now this is the after you cleaned it up. Wow, great job! Look at that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a project for sure, but it was it was very rewarding. That's probably one of the best parts of my job, is just actually seeing before and after of all my projects and going, wow, I did that.
Good you.
It was fabulous.
All right, and now we have a kid's closet, and here's the before.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's
All
a lot
right,
going on there.
and now here's after you straightened it up.
Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
All organized.
yeah, I try to piece it back together, if you will, you know, just to kind of make it functional for the client. A lot of times I will have, you know, clients call me and say, I don't even know where to start. They're overwhelmed. They don't, you know, they don't even know how to even go about organizing or sorting anything. And so what I do is put their minds at ease and just say, hey, listen, I got this. And I just want to make it functional for them. And sometimes I'll have clients that say, ongoing clients actually, that will have me come back in a month or two and say, you know, this worked, but this didn't really work very well. So I'll go back and try to make it more functional for them and in their home spaces.
So here you are, you're a young, independent woman owning her own business, doing great things, obviously.
Thank you.
So you said there's a lot of people like me out there, so you formed a group.
Yeah, so I was a co-founder of this group, this meetup group called Working Women of Central New Mexico. And what my primary goal behind this was is to provide a support system for women as like me, career-driven. It doesn't matter if you have like a day job or whatever. Just to have a sense of a place that you can go to support, almost, and even like a networking opportunities. Not necessarily to sell to the women in the group. I'm trying to like steer away from that course, but just for a place for women to find support in whatever they do, and that was the primary goal in that.
And that could be business services, it can be moral support,
absolutely,
advice.
And even bonding friendships, and just having a place to go where you're comfortable and that you feel like you can kind of connect with people, and it's great to have a support system like that.
And what people discover too is that as you're working through problems in your business, you discover you're really not the only one that's ever had this problem.
Yeah, no, exactly. You get into almost like a bubble in a sense when you feel like you're alone, and so it's nice to find that oh gosh, people are out here doing the same thing I'm trying to do, and so it's a great place.
Now, what are you doing to market your business? How are you doing that?
Well, I started originally doing more flyers and advertising, but honestly, the best type of business I've gotten was word of mouth.
Yeah.
People hear about me. I've gotten several clients from my flyers and things like that, and it just kind of expands. It takes off. People hear about me, and they
if you do great service, the referrals just never stop, do they?
They don't. They don't. And that's what I try to provide foremost, is just having a sense of dealing with situations in people's lives that they can't handle themselves, and walking away knowing that I did a good job, and hopefully that will, you know, speak volumes.
About 1 more minute left. What's the biggest surprise that you found out about yourself being in business for yourself?
I think the biggest surprise is just determination. There are many not opportunities, but many times where I could find like, I just can't, you know, I can't keep going.
Right, you're tired.
I just feel like, I just feel like, what am I doing this for? Right. But then, I mean, I'll connect that with my group, my women group. I have ladies who come in and say, you know, I've been at this, I've been advertising, I've been doing this and that, and I just can't seem to get business here, you know, and I'm like, just have that determination to keep going.
Just put your head down and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Nicole, you are really an inspiration. Thanks for being on the show. Thank you. Good job.
Thanks so much for having me.
You bet. There's Nicole Hebert. She owns House Nanny. We put the contact info up there. Great job, Nicole. Thanks. We'll be back. Films next with Dan Gutierrez on The Morning Brew.